Hello everyone, this is Passion Bonsai, and I'm Sonu Yadav. I'm your host for today, and we have our very special guest today. I won't say he's our guest, but we are guest at his house, and we are going to have conversation with him and ask him about his journey of bonsai. And he's very well-known personality in the bonsai world, so I don't think I need to tell everything about him. So let's ask him the questions which I feel every bonsai enthusiast have. And so from his experience of his bonsai journey, I'm sure we can get a lot of knowledge, and he can show us the path. So we don't need to, so many people are interested in bonsai, but they waste a lot of time and they don't have proper guidance. So this video and then the interview will be dedicated for that purpose. So this is Mr. Duli. I feel very happy and glad that he said yes to do this conversation and interview. So my first question is, I would like to ask you that how you were introduced to bonsai, and what was there any kind of special moment when it clicked that this is what you want to do? Because as you told me before, that you were a civil engineer professionally. So would you like to share with us?
Yes, so I have to recall my memory when I was still in the university. At the time, in 1976, I was finished my theory in civil engineering at Yamada University. And in the same time, I finished my study in language teaching in Egypt, Sanatadana. So by the end of 76, all of a sudden, I almost had nothing to do when I still have to submit my paper. Okay. And you know that since my childhood, I love plantation so much. So at the time, I just stayed in my boarding house and I just played with a small banana tree on the pot that I just given by a friend. In fact, I didn't think at all about bonsai at that time. Only I liked that plant. And then one of my friend, my best friend, he came and then he asked me, "Oh, Rudy, now you are starting doing bonsai." Well, the words, it just like jumped into my head. And then I started doing bonsai. I became crazy for doing bonsai until now.
So when you started doing bonsai initially, when you accepted this idea of a bonsai grower or hobbyist, so what were the challenges you faced initially? What were the challenges? What were the difficulties, and how you overcome them?
Well, in 1976, and then at that time, so very limited people know bonsai.
Yes.
So I have to find out almost everything myself.
Yes.
So I start to collect whatever material available near my house, near my boarding house, at that time in Yogyakarta. And then I started to plant it on the pot. And then I start to learn from as many books as possible.
Yes.
And also I try to contact people who have grown that plants longer than me.
Okay.
So I tried to find, and fortunately I met an old lady at that time. she was about 70 years,
Yes.
but she had many bonsai in her house already.
Okay.
And anyhow, most of them are just still a very traditional plants. That is, most of them are ficus and
Yes.
some tamarind and just simple
Yes.
plants. So that anyhow, it gave me inspiration so much.
Yes.
And she showed me how she did with her plants.
Okay.
And then she put in a pot, in a shallow pot. And yeah, later on, I moved to other city.
Okay.
I moved to other city, to Bandung, and then later on to Jakarta. And then in Jakarta, I found that hobby becoming more flourishing
Yes.
because there are more friends in Jakarta.
Okay. So in Jakarta, the bonsai community was already there, so you could find people whom you can discuss and
Yeah,
learn and
The bonsai community in Jakarta, there was there.
okay.
I moved to Jakarta in 1990.
Yes.
And then the bonsai community in Jakarta, it was founded in 1979. And at that time, once I saw a very nice exhibition in Jakarta. But at that time, afterwards, nothing happened. So I was very, very surprised and then a bit frustrated. So I tried to look for the bonsai people in Jakarta. And at last I could find the chairman of the Indonesian Bonsai Society.
Okay.
His name is Subito Sigit. And then I introduced myself and said that I wanted to be a member of that organization.
Okay.
And to my surprise, when we had the general meeting,
Yes.
there were only 7 people attending, including 3 new ones. 3 new ones is myself and my friend I call Limanto, who first time mentioned the word bonsai to me in
Yes.
Jakarta, and another friend from Jakarta. So only 7 of us. And then I said that, well, it's ridiculous. How can we go? I want to grow it. I want to grow the organization more. And I was a young man at that time,
Yes.
so full of energy, so that I encouraged them to grow more and more bonsai, more exhibition, and then make bonsai popular in the community. And until the organization, until at that time, I tried to contact the Japanese counselor, and then they allow us to have an exhibition in a Japanese. And then at that time, so many new people coming,
Okay.
and at that time we got many members as well.
Okay. So that time, as like now we have YouTube, social media, and internet. So that time there was no such things were there. Like now, so many people learn things from YouTube. So
No.
so you were in like you had any teacher or someone told you or someone teach you all the techniques, because the your bonsai, the quality of your bonsai is very, it's not like some general, so it's very special. So whom you will give the credit to, yourself, or you learn these techniques from someone?
In fact, I'm a self-learner. But after all, there were some books from United States
Okay.
written by a Japanese.
Okay.
That it is Mr. John Yoshinaka.
Okay.
So I think from him, I got a lot of real knowledge of bonsai.
Okay.
And that is the first time that I know really what is the ABC of bonsai. And from there, so if we know already what is bonsai, and then we'll be able to make a lot of variations.
Yes.
Anyhow, I will give my credit first to Mr. John Yoshionaka.
Okay.
In fact, in my heart, I consider him as my guru, my Sadguru.
Okay.
Yeah.
And my next question is how. So when you initially when you started doing bonsai, like everyone does in the beginning, and how was your technique in that time and now when you grow a bonsai, like if you have a material and that time, so is there any change or you like how your technique has evolved throughout the years, all these years?
Of course, it improved so much.
Okay.
There are a lot of changes. That in the first stage, everything was simple.
Yes.
That everything was simple, but because Indonesian are mostly very what do you call it? It is artistic, yeah.
Yes.
Indonesian are artistic, and then they could find a way, so that we try to improve.
Yes.
We try to improve, and then afterwards we learn not only from the Japanese.
Yes.
We learn about our tropical condition in Indonesia. We learn about the trees on the field. We have to look at them, and then also we attended the exhibition in China. We attended the exhibition in Taiwan and in other countries, so that we can make comparison. And in fact, when we attend an exhibition, it means we are learning something.
Yes.
We got something new from them, and it improves bit by bit, so that it makes Indonesia as one of the best tropical
Yes.
bonsai in the world right now.
Yes, I believe it is. And so my next question is, you've been to India so many times. You have been teaching there some workshop and even conducting all these bonsai events and special guests. So you know so many Indian bonsai artists, and you have seen them growing and becoming bonsai artists. Or so, what do you see in Indian bonsai? What is your views? What are your views about Indian bonsai, and what are their weaknesses, and what you can tell us Indian bonsai hobbyists and people who want to how to become better as whole community, like Indian bonsai community.
So I went there. I was invited there. The first time was in 1992.
Yes.
At the time, I was so surprised that all the members are ladies, and then they are all using small plants
Yes.
and put in a bonsai pot. The bonsai pot are nice, but the plants are not yet. So that the way of their learning is that when they do something, and then they put directly on the bonsai pot,
Okay.
and then most of them are ladies, and you see that ladies are very have a very heavy job at home.
Yes.
They have to take care of the children, have to take care of the household, have to
Yes.
take care of the husband.
Yes.
So in fact, and I told them that majority of bonsai lovers in the world, in fact, are men. And so I asked them to encourage more men to join. But maybe men in India at that time was not interested in bonsai, because bonsai was considered as a kind of a normal plantation.
Yes.
Normal plantation, which is below their dignity
Oh, yeah.
to touch that one. So that anyhow, I told them that you have to try to grow in a big pot.
Yes.
The first time, try to grow in a big pot, or even you grow on the ground, but with the control of the roots, so that later on when you want to dig them up, you will get them easily,
Yes.
and the tree is not die.
Yes.
So, and then I'm so happy that lately I went to India, so I met a lot of young boys
Yes.
interested in bonsai, and they do that enthusiastic. And by the now that they have YouTube, they have Facebook,
Yes.
so Instagram and other things, the social media, it's very easy to learn. And the good thing in India is they are very diligent to collect all kind of materials. So whenever they travel around the world, they always bring back small materials, and
Yes.
then grow them. So that India has so many varieties.
Yes.
And some of my good trees are coming from India.
Yeah.
Not only one,
So-
but some of my good
So this is one of my. It's one of the doubts when I also started doing bonsai, and I know there are so many people who are watching now. They have the same doubts because usually the bonsai people think it comes from China, Japan, and then everyone is running towards those species like Japanese trees, or they see all these beautiful done pines and junipers and the Japanese and then Chinese trees, and then they never look into their own trees, what is available in India, and then when we attempt doing bonsai on those Japanese trees and Chinese, usually sometimes the bonsai nurseries are selling them, and then we buy and then they die, and then it's very discouraging for a bonsai hobbyist or someone who like to grow. So from your what you just said, I want to tell our viewers that it's not really important that we have to look to Japan or China. We in India, like Mr. Billy is telling us, that we have so many trees and variety of trees, so we can use our own local species. And of course, if something works from other countries also, so that's something which I wanted to share with everyone.
So in my first visit, I told them already that you invited over and over Japanese masters
Yes.
and or maybe Chinese master as well, but you see that you are more tropical,
Yes.
so you have to invite tropical person, tropical person who
course.
know more of your tree
Yes.
rather than they who do not know
Yes.
of the characteristic of your tree. That is one of the reasons why they invite me over and over.
Yes.
Besides that, I love Indian because I love the people, I love the food,
Yes.
and also India is a very nice place for me. And you see that at that time I told that you have to use your own plant, or you use imported plant, but which is suitable
Yes.
for your country.
Yes.
So a lot of tropical trees from Latin America or
Yes.
tropical trees from Southeast Asia already brought to India,
Yes.
and they grow very well.
Yes.
And like myself, first I was so impressed with the black pine or five needle pine from Japan,
Yes.
who look very beautiful
Yes.
and so amazing for me. But how can we catch up there?
Yes.
Because to grow pine is hard, and especially here in the tropics, it's not that easy. And most of the leaves of the pine in Indonesia are long.
Yes.
So make it short, competing with the five needle pine is impossible.
Yes.
So that's why we try to find a solution. We found a casuarina.
Yes.
Casuarina, we can create casuarina with a pine shape.
Yes.
And I'm so glad that some friends in India, I brought casuarina first time in India,
Yes.
and I think it's propagated. And now India have so many casuarina
Yeah.
that I think many good casuarina in India.
Yes. Now we see
Now
many
it's very
casuarina
good. So I think
outside.
I'm happy with that one.
Yes.
Yeah. So that in fact you can grow. Only maybe the old of your casuarina is not as old as our Indonesian,
Yes.
but it is only a matter of time and a matter of technique. You can grow it on the ground and later on try to, when it is thick, and then you try to create so that it a technique to make it look older, so that it doesn't matter. It's just it is just a matter of time.
Yes.
And then I'm so happy that now India has so many good casuarina.
Yes. And one more thing, I felt about like I have my friends and people who know me. They think that it's not normal for a young person like me to invest my time in bonsai. Even my parents, like my family, think that it's kind of thing when we do when we are retired or old
Yeah.
already and
Yeah.
have nothing to do. Then you need to do bonsai or such kind of thing. But we see you like you started bonsai when you were very young, and now I can see your garden and whole world knows about you. So, what would you like to say about that? When people relate bonsai and that some people who don't have anything to do and have a lot of money, and then they are the one who do bonsai.
Yeah, for all people, in fact, bonsai is good. I think to keep them happy,
Yes.
and then to keep them happy and have still have activities
Yes.
and enjoyment, and also a part of the meditation.
Yes.
But you remember that now bonsai is not only that. Bonsai is a business now, and business should be done by young men
Yes.
and all young people, not only young men, young girls as well. So I think, and India is growing now.
Yes.
More people in India are becoming richer,
Yes.
and when people become rich, they have their stomach already full, the clothes are already good, the house is already there,
Yes.
the car is already there. What else? It is hobby,
Yes.
and sophisticated hobby. One of them is bonsai.
Yes.
So many people in the world now are crazy of bonsai, and then they grow it and they make it as a business as well. And also, it is very good as your companion, reliable companion that will not leave you unless you leave them.
Yes.
So it is very good, and for young men especially. I'm glad that now so many young men in India now growing bonsai, even open a nursery.
Yes.
Open a nursery, and then I think it is a very good business in the future.
Yes.
That's one of the reasons. Besides, if you have bonsai like me now, I can be proud of what I've done.
Yes.
And if other people got beautiful bonsai because they buy, but all my bonsai created by me myself.
Yes.
So it is something that is more valuable. It is more valuable that you can show the world that you have done something in your life. And that is something very noble, I think.
So, sir, what trees will you suggest to our viewers or people who are watching this video, especially for Indian people that they can start with?
Yeah, first I will talk about ficus. Yeah. That a lot of ficus grow in India, but many people still concentrate on big leaves ficus.
Yes.
Whereas what we have to do is to choose small leaf ficus,
Yes.
like Ficus microcarpa.
Yes.
Ficus microcarpa is very nice, small leaves, and it will go with a very good ramification. That I think in Taiwan, that almost all kind of ficus change into Ficus microcarpa.
Okay.
And also in Ficus benjamina, if you also have small leaves benjamina,
Yes.
you can grow small leaf benjamina. But just forget about the big leaf ficus. Big leaf ficus you can grow them, but during the exhibition you have to defoliate them all, so that you will not only expose the richness of the twigs, the branches and the twigs. Yeah, that's ficus. And then other tropical trees are like the Brazilian rain tree.
Yes.
In fact, there are a lot in India. It's very good. Casuarina will be okay.
Yes.
And then Malpighia, you also can grow Nia buxifolia.
Okay.
Yeah.
The one you showed before.
Yeah, because-
the 40
Because I also got Nia from India at that time. So
Okay.
Nia buxifolia, and also you can grow Tripacia trifolia,
Okay.
and you can also grow Strabelus asper.
Okay.
You can grow tamarind,
Yes.
and also the what else shall I suggest? So many.
Premna.
Premna also can grow in India.
Yes.
And I think India is a very large area. So from one area is different from other areas.
Yes.
So you have to adjust. And Diospyros is also. Diospyros is very good,
Okay.
especially in the eastern part of India.
Yes.
That Diospyros are growing very well. So I think so many species, tropical species that
Yes.
can be grown in India. Do not try Pempes because
Okay.
Pempes is very hard.
Yes.
Maybe someday you'll be able to find a way of growing Pempes,
Okay.
but please forget Pempes for the time being. And the tree like Rhytia religiosa
Yes.
also will grow very well in India.
Okay.
I think a lot of choices.
Okay. And what is the importance of bonsai tools? Because so many people they use like normal garden shears or pruners, but then they don't know the importance of the tool. So and when someone start doing bonsai, they don't want to spend a lot of money because the bonsai tools can be expensive. So what tool you will suggest that every bonsai hobbyist or enthusiast should have at least one or two tools?
I think for the time being, for the beginners,
Yes.
I think normal scissors. Normal scissors is a must.
Okay.
And then if you have to buy one tool, side cutter will be very good.
Okay.
If you want to have only one tool, yeah, side cutter will be very side concave cutter.
Okay.
And if you buy, it's better for you to buy a Japanese made because the quality is very good.
Okay.
It can last over 20 years.
Okay.
So that it's better to buy a good tool. But if you don't have, just try to use whatever you have.
Okay.
So like a wire cutter, I just use local wire cutter.
Yes.
Not necessary to buy sophisticated one.
Yes. And what kind of soil generally? I'm asking like general. What is the quality? What kind of qualities are required for bonsai soil? What are the features?
I think basically in soil is the drainage is the most important thing.
Yes.
The drainage is the most important thing, and then you have to use sand in this case.
Yes.
Mostly with sand base. Sand base could be 50% sand, and then anyhow some plants needs some. You can use. In Japan, you have akadama,
Yes.
but in fact you can create your own akadama
Okay.
by bricks.
Okay.
Yeah, if you split the bricks and then sheep and then throw away the very soft one, the very light one, and then
Okay.
you can get akadama over there.
Okay.
It mixed with the sand,
Okay.
and then it will, and then you can also use some humus in it.
Okay.
Humus from rice is very good.
Okay. So it's the skin of the. It's
Yeah.
like rice hull. We
Yeah,
call it.
like that, and then that is good. But you have to let them. You have to let them a bit rotten first,
Okay.
so that it's already mature, and you mix that one.
So basically, it's we can use crushed brick
Yeah,
and from rice hull
yeah,
aged for a while
Yeah.
and sand.
yeah.
So it can be mixed according to the tree, the portions of these ingredients,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
according to the
Yeah,
price.
and if you want to use manure is very good for all plants. But if you put manure inside, you mix with the soil, I think a lot of worms, and then the manure itself will become dust, and then that is not good.
Okay.
What we need is only the nutrition of the manure.
Okay.
So I usually put manure in a. If you see in my garden, I
Yes.
put that is in a like in a
Yes.
cotton sack.
Yes.
So that you put it on the top of the plants, so that when you water, and then the manure water will go down.
Okay, and then it will take the nutrients
The
from
nutrients
the manure and
from the
will
manure
supply to the
to
trees.
supply to the tree, but without disturbing the inside structure of the.
Okay. So
of the soil.
basically we don't need to mix the manure when we do the bonsai soil.
In
We
fact,
can
it
apply
is-
it on the top.
Yeah, in fact, it is not very good. Especially later on, you will find problem.
Yes.
But if you put the manure just on top, cover it with
Some plastic.
some, no,
net.
not plastic, but the cotton
Okay.
cotton sack or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, so that all the manure will be there, and if you water, the water will drip into the soil.
In the soil. Okay. Okay. So, and one last question I would ask. I want to know that how bonsai growing is different from normal plant growing, like people who grow just simple decorative plants, and then there is bonsai. So, is it how it is difficult from normal growing plants and the bonsai?
In fact, it is the same. It is practically the same. All are plants. Only in bonsai, you shape it. I mean, the human being is the ego of human being is inside there. So you put wire, you try to shape it, and then with your creativity, you try to make it different. And then also you have to, later on, you have to cut some of the roots
Yes.
in the maintenance, and also you have to keep on trimming. That's only the difference. But all are the same. It means they need fertilizer, they need insecticide, they need fungicide, and they need sun, they need air circulation.
Yes.
So practically it's the same. Only one is with the human touch, so that it get hard and it get shaped.
Okay.
So I just call it bonsai. It's like a civilized plant, already educated plant.
Okay. So, in the end, if you have any message for all, especially for the young bonsai growers or people who want to become better in bonsai and have bonsais like what we look in the pictures, and maybe something like even many of your trees. So if I start growing now, and after 20 years, I really want to have some amazing tree, and when I sit, and so I don't regret. So do you want to share any message for viewers and all the young people who are starting now?
Yes.
As a reason, like what should they have in their mind?
So I think they have to learn. To learn how to make good bonsai.
Yes.
They learn how to make good bonsai, because good bonsai usually have a good root, and also good trunk, and also good shape. So, and also the choice of species, the choice of material.
Yes.
So, for the young people, they usually duck wild plants from everywhere. Do not care whether it is really good for bonsai or not. Whereas not all plants are good for bonsai.
Yes.
So do not just take, but please learn the art first. Know how to, what is good bonsai and what is not.
Yes.
So that when you take something, you have something in mind for the future of the
Yes.
plant.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Budi, for talking to us and showing us giving us your experience, sharing your experience with us, and providing us with your valuable guidance. And so I want to thank you, our viewers, also for watching this. And I hope everyone will get something, some knowledge and direction after watching this video. So
Thanks.